of people know who Chad Brown is, but Mark Cassidy they know is as well. But Always a Runner, I thought was kind of handled with care in the Acorn last time because she was kind of the best coming in. Now you can't really cut any corners today. And maybe that's the most confusing horse because where do you go? There's really not a pace, and what's going to happen between the 1 and the 8 early?
Let's get back to Maggie on horseback.
And we'll take a look here at a big long shot on the outside, and that's number 9, Nikon, as she returns to the races. Now, don't forget, she was a later type of scratch before the Kentucky Oaks, so a vet scratch. So they have had to regroup. Looks as though she's been training well into this effort. But as the guys mentioned on the desk, that the connections feel as though this is more just a race to get her fit again, get her back into the game, and hopefully set her up for the 1.25 miles Alabama, which I agree. I've always thought that longer is better for this filly who's just so long and tubular in her frame. But to that point, she has filled out a bit. And so taking that next step forward as a later 3-year-old filly, again, is something that you want to see. Obviously, she's hitting pretty deep here in the CCA Oaks. But rounding back to your favorite in here, Counting Stars, much the same as in the paddock. She has just held her demeanor, her class, and her movement so well. I remember watching her at Oaklawn and thinking, wow, she's moving so well. It's the same thing here now at the end of July for this CCA Oaks, Greg.
Maggie, thank you. She touched on the huge long shot at 42-1 Nikon for Jason Worth's Icon Racing Stables. Yeah, the plan here, they scratched out of an easier spot earlier in the week at a mile because Whit Beckman, trainer, wanted this 1 1/8. They absolutely are thinking Alabama. Her grandmother, My Flags, won the Coaching Club American Oaks, and she was third against the boys in the Belmont at a 1.5 miles. So the more ground, the better it would seem.
And she was the daughter of Personal Ensign.
Yeah. But for Nikon, this race absolutely looks like it's a setup for the next race. She just got back on the work tab about a month ago. She's had 4 breezes. To me, this race is the one to set her up for her next start.
Paul, Zany continuing to take money. Do you think we see her in front?
I would think you see her in front. I wanted to ask Mick this question. Irad Ortiz Jr. has been more on Zany than he's been on Counting Stars. I mean, do you know that going in? You obviously know what Zany's got.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely have an advantage knowing your rivals. That being said, maybe it's a different Zany with the blinkers, and maybe he'll underestimate her.
You saw Mark Cassidy, trainer of that filly there, Counting Stars, looking on. Round 3 in horse racing's newest rivalry, Chad Brown campaigns the Oaks winner. Here's Always a Runner. That win streak, perfection, came to an end in the Acorn. It's either of these two emerge victorious, they become the clear-cut leader for a championship. It's the Coaching Club American Oaks, Grade 1 on Fox Saratoga Saturday. Let's go upstairs to Frank Miramati.
Zany second to last, solidly backed on the board at 5-2. And Nikon for Icon Racing Stable going in. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Coaching Club American Oaks. And Always a Runner is sent hard out of the gate, and Counting Stars counters along the inside. Counting Stars goes to the front. Always a Runner is in between horses. Zany is up and on the pace too, and some trouble. Dandona had to steady pretty hard and lost significant ground. Now 6 lengths off the lead as they get ready to swing on to the backstretch. Measure Who is off slowly is next. Miss Fulton Gal just outside of her, and another 4 to Nikon. 23-4 for the opening quarter mile. And Irad Ortiz Jr. has the Acorn winner, Counting Stars, in control. Traveling very kindly on the front end. Leads it by 1.5 lengths. Always a Runner at the rails. Zany moves up, reclaims second, heading to the half-mile pole. It's another 2 lengths back to Dandona. The half went in 47-3. Measure is down at the rail. 3 clear of Miss Fulton Gal. And Nikon continues to trail. They're heading to the 3/8 pole. Counting Stars has been in front almost every step of the way, with Zany in second. Always a Runner gets a cue at the rail. Measure is trying to get into the race with a wide bid. 3/4 in, 1:11-2. There's a hole at the rail for Always a Runner, and she confronts Counting Stars once again. These two hook up at the top of the stretch in a showdown at the Spa. Kentucky Oaks winner on the inside. Counting Stars going with her. These two head-to-head, and Counting Stars has another gear and opens up with authority. Counting Stars takes control of the division with a resounding victory in the Coaching Club American Oaks. Always a runner held on to second, but was soundly defeated.
Counting Stars, she is the clear-cut leader of this 3-year-old filly division. Back-to-back Grade 1 wins over the Oaks winner. Always a runner. Let's go to Acacia.
And pleased to be joined by Mark Casse. This interview was a lot more fun after the race. Mark, she got in a fight and she won that battle down the stretch.
Yeah, you know what? It's great for horse racing. I'm glad we came out on the right end, but I mean, two great fillies going at it and showing that they're the best.
They really put on a great show for us today. We did see Counting Stars forward, as you predicted. Was that kind of the plan that you had hoped would take place?
Well, you know, we were inside, and she's fast, and you know, we talked about it, and I said, if she goes, let's go. So that's what happened.
Do you think we're on to the Alabama next?
Probably.
We love to see it. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Maggie with Winning Jockey.
Full circle moment here for you, Arad, as this was your first Grade 1 14 years ago. You now, I think, have won 61 Grade 1 since then. Arad, you executed Plan A today. How well did that pay off?
It worked out beautiful. I told Mark Casse 2 days ago, I think we're going to be on the lead. He said, I think Shadow the filly can show some speed. I said, I don't know about that. I just want to be on the lead so bad with her. If I broke good with from the one hole, which the other filly, the other speed on the race crash, I say, I'm going to go. So, worked out beautiful.
What about letting your brother up that hole with Always a Runner and battling down through the lane? Did you know that you always had his measure?
I mean, she was traveling beautiful every step of the way. Ears up, 3/8 pole, I'm cruising. Leave a little room inside, and I feel somebody, so I start going before I make sure somebody's in there. And when I double check, Jose was in there, so I said, all right, let's go. Then turning for home, he was already there. I rode my filly, and she got the job done. She gave me a good turn of foot, good run down the lane. She's amazing.
All right, she truly is, but I do want to take a moment to ask you a personal question, because this, as I said, was your first Grade 1 ever back in 2012. You have come so far, my friend. You are the true competitor, true athlete. For you, kind of winning this race again up here in 2026, what's it mean?
Thank you for your words, Maggie, and it means a lot. I mean, I'm a hard worker, man. I'm very positive always in my profession, and I just try to do the best of me out there, and I've been having support my whole career. I can't complain about that. Everybody support me, and they give me so much love, and they just support me. And I have to thank my agent Steve Rochin and all the trainers and owners. It's been an amazing run, and I just enjoy what I do, and be able to win this kind of races. It's a dream come true for me. I just enjoy out there.
All right, it's been a pleasure watching you. Congratulations. Counting Stars, head of the class, guys.
Just incredible. 3 cheers to the breeder from our friends at Three Chimneys, where dreams are born. And Counting Stars, there's no question now who the leader of this 3-year-old filly division is, Tom.
You know how brave you have to be as a rider when they turn for home to allow somebody to come inside you. But really, it was won right at the start. Irad Ortiz is going to ask his horse right out the gate. He's going to make the lead. That first quarter mile and even half a mile was very, very comfortable for Counting Stars and allowed him to have a lot of horse at the end. But I was shocked that he allowed his brother to come through. But again, if you know you got the horse, you can let them come through. They're not going to catch you in the straightaway when you kick home.
Well, that was it, too. He didn't ride like when Always a Runner got up inside of him with any panic. Like, oh, I got to get going. It was like he knew what he had underneath him, and he built her into that drive like a crescendo. And then, man, she kicked away and found even more the last 16th.
So Irad Ortiz Jr. does it to his brother again here on Counting Stars. Let's go back to Acacia.
And I got a chance to catch up with his brother, Jose Ortiz, who was aboard Always a Runner, and asked about his trip. And he said he really felt that she was traveling very well. He had a good trip. He was thrilled when the rail opened up and Irad and Counting Stars floated off of it. But he said, I was just second best. That other filly drew away from me in the stretch, and there was nothing else that I could do. But as Mark Casse touched on, fantastic show by two very talented fillies.
Paul, we see it a lot. The second half of the season and of the year, things can change quite a bit. You know, with 3-year-olds and 3-year-old fillies, and I think we're seeing that here.
Yeah, this filly showed me a lot. And Always a Runner, I think, got taken out of their game. But Irad Ortiz Jr., I always tell a lot of people, I should have been in the big leagues at 22, 23. I didn't get there until I was 27. But when I be able to handle it at that young of an age, to be 19 and still be doing it, amazing stuff.
What a day for Irad Ortiz Jr. 5 wins and counting as he takes the Coaching Club American Oaks on Counting Stars.
The winner will go to the World Cup.
I'm Harry Wilson.
Weston